UNC reinforces their COVID guidelines and offers pass-fail options to students with a few stipulations. Welcome back to Carolina Now. I'm Nick Perlin, coming from Chapel Hill.
And I'm Erin Jenkins, also reporting from Chapel Hill. Plus, we hear from one student about his experience staying in a UNC quarantine dorm. With fewer students on campus and in Chapel Hill, more positive cases of COVID-19 are confirmed by the university. Last week, UNC reported 260 positive cases on campus, bringing the overall total of positive tests to 1,111 since February. Carolina reported one new cluster at Cobb Residence Hall. The university announced that new clusters will not be communicated through Alert Carolina, but will instead be displayed on the university's COVID-19 dashboard. To check for those clusters and updated numbers, visit the COVID-19 dashboard at carolinatogether.unc.edu/dashboard. The website is updated Monday through Friday with the newest information.
With still a large number of coronavirus cases being reported, students received an email from the Office of the Chancellor reminding them about the UNC COVID-19 community standards. Chancellor Guskowitz reiterated the standards to reduce cases on and near campus. All students were required to agree to the standard to stay enrolled in classes for the fall semester. The email also noted that off-campus students are subject to university response in addition to local and state response with COVID-19. Chapel Hill Police Department plans to give more warnings and citations. Will notify the university if students are found in violation.
The university released its new pass-fail guidelines for the fall 2020 semester. Undergraduate students can declare a pass-fail for any enrolled class through November 17th. Classes that earn a grade of pass will meet graduation requirements, including classes for majors and minors. But new this semester, only letter grades of A through C will receive a pass. C- and D letter grades will receive a low pass, which cannot be used for graduation requirements or prerequisites. Junior O'Dowd Lehman has mixed feelings about the university's new pass-fail policy.
Is like to reduce their stress, but now they like still have it because they know they still have to like make like above like a C in order to have like a pass and for their classes to actually count for like their major and stuff.
Part of UNC's plan to stop the spread of COVID-19 was to temporarily house students who either had or were exposed to the virus in a quarantine dorm. I spoke with one student who shared his quarantine experience.
It was made very clear. This would not be a normal semester at UNC. Even though the university was thought to have some in-person classes, many students, like first-year Adam Doyle, had low expectations. After UNC moved all classes remotely, Doyle's low expectations came true when he was exposed to the virus.
I came in close contact with someone who did test positive. So I had to go quarantine for 10 days.
Doyle then decided it was in his best interest to get tested for the virus, which means he would have to quarantine. Luckily, he had better circumstances than most.
Once you test, they say, okay, you have to go quarantine. And actually, I kind of lucked out because by the time that I had tested, most of their quarantine beds on campus had already filled up. So they actually put me in the Marriott Hotel, which is an upgrade over a dorm room.
Doyle then moved out of his dorm and was transported to his hotel. He received a call from Carolina Housing telling him where he would be moved to. He was also given adequate time to pack and get ready to leave. When he was in the room, Doyle did note how hard it was to be isolated.
I think that was the hardest part of it, was just not being able to leave at all for like any reason, because they don't really want, like, that's the whole point of quarantine, of course. You're not supposed to go anywhere.
Doyle did say he had a relatively positive experience and that the hotel did a good job getting him food and other things during his quarantine.
In the dorm, I think they did a pretty good job because I canceled my meal plan and they still give you food regardless of whether you have a meal plan or not. You don't have to pay for any of that, which is great.
Now that classes are online and students have left, Doyle, like many other students, now has their eyes on the spring. While it is doubtful, Doyle hopes for a normal spring semester. Reporting in Chapel Hill, I'm Nick Perlin, Carolina Now.
If you're sad about not being able to attend Tar Heel football games in Keenan this season, you can reserve a virtual spot today. Keenan Stadium is offering cutouts that will be placed in designated areas. A fan cutout costs $50. For $75, you can get the fan cutout with an assistant coach's signature, but is limited to the first 500 orders. For $150, your cutout will have Coach Brown's signature and will be placed in the Tar Heels locker room. This is limited to 50 orders. Your cutout will remain in the stadium for the 2020 season and will be available for pickup after the last game. Order your cutout on the Go Heels website by September 6th for arrival by the first home game. That's what's going on in Carolina right now.
Be sure to follow us on our social media, and if you see something you'd like us to cover, tag us.